everyone, this is Beth from Art by Bedell, and I have the bird journals finished. So I have 3 of them. This one is a 1 signature smaller journal. I call it the baby signature, the baby bird. Not that it's baby birds in it, it's just that it's a smaller journal. So it's a baby bird. And then the next one is the same size journal, only it's 2 signatures, and so I'm calling it the Momma Bird. Then we have the Grandma Bird, and it's a bigger bird, bigger journal. So let's start with showing you first the baby bird. What we have is a journal that measures 5 3/4 by 9, and it is, like I say, a 1 signature. It has about a 1/2 inch, depends. I mean, if you flatten it out, it could be more like 3/4 of an inch, but it's kind of rounded. So, and it's a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. The cover is a mixed media cover. What I did was I took an Amazon bag and I cut it down to the right size, and then I glued some book paper all over the whole covering, inside and out. And then I did a mixed media technique. I will link a link below to another journal that I use this same technique on, and you can watch the process there for that. For all 3 of these journals, I'm going to run down real quick the list of digitals that I used. I used Pixie Dust files, and that is the papers that are in here. It's the main paper collection for these 3 journals, but I have pulled bits and pieces from other collections like the Old Shop, Oneida Blue, Queen of MIrth, My Porch Prints, and 9 of Crones. The papers that are in all 3 of these are coffee stain, copy papers, echo printed, mixed media papers that I have created. They're my own artwork. Some vellum, some mamigami, ledger paper, check stubs, book paper, paper doilies, cheesecloth, there's fabric ruffles, paper ruffles, feathers, stickers, stencils, embossing paste, machine stitching, bead dangles, and the big one has a snap closure. The 2 little ones have an eyelet with some ribbon in it here. So let's just go ahead and move on with this and open it up and show you the inside. Now this one was the journal that I had given you a sneak peek on for the cover. So we have a cutout from the digital collection that I cut out that bird and layered it on some coffee paper. I have made these ruffles out of muslin, and you'll see them throughout all 3 of the journals. And of course we talked about our mixed media, and there's more of the papers. There's some mamigami here. It has a little charm on the front. They all 3 have one of these charms. It has, the round one has a quote on it. Then we have a wing, and we have a handmade little charm there. So we open it up, and then on the cover of this, we have a flip out that opens like this. And then inside here is a journal card. We have, and then on the front of it we have a pocket with a library card, and there are feathers in various places throughout this. So this is the digital part of the digital collection here, and you'll see my fabric ruffles, my muslin ruffles, and then there were quotes, and there's some bird stickers. I think I found them in Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something. This is a page with some lace, and this is my some of my mixed media paper that you'll find in the 3 journals, and I just added some lace and one of the printals. Here we have an over-the-top notepad that's held on with this little bitty paper clip here, and it just pulls right off here. And I did some collage on the front, and then there's some note paper on the inside, and then a little bit more collage so that you can have a nice decoration also on the back side. And there's lots and lots of journaling space in this little journal. The pages, let's see, how many pages were in this one? I believe there's 40 pages in this one. So we have a little mini belly band here with another tag and another feather. We have a little bitty envelope that came with the kit, again on with one of these little paper clips. And then inside the envelope is a little card you can journal on the back, and then that just slides back in there, and the paper clip holds it in place. We have some, this is some child's writing tablet where they learn their penmanship. Some music paper, sheet music paper with one of the, I cut this out from one of the pages. And then over here we have a tuck spot with a tag inside that for journaling room on the back, and that has a nice tab on it. And this is made out of one of the postcards. And then we have some stenciling, bird, these dots are stencils. And if you follow me, you know that this is what I do to put lines on with a stamp. I have a piece of vellum with some ladybugs here. And some more writing space. Then on the inside, the centerfold of this, we have 2 pockets here with 2 journaling cards and another feather on each one. And this has Momigami and some more of the textured stuff that I get at Dollar Tree. I just love that textured stuff. It's ribbon and can be found in the floral department, I believe is where I found. And then on our strings where we tied our signature in, I have added some little beads down here. And the same thing over here is another journaling card. And the vellum, some more stenciling. And then we have a big belly band with some Momigami and some little tiles that has birds on them. And then inside is a large journaling card. And a little bit of collage over here on the sheet music. Some more of the child's writing paper, the coffee stained copy paper, a little tuck spot up here. And then we have another one of the little belly bands over here with another tag inside. And another feather. More of that beautiful paper. I just love the birds on this paper. We have a flip out here. And this is the paper from the kit. And then we have all that journaling room there. The other side of our mixed media with some collage. Another quote down here. And then we have the back page here with some more of the collage. And then the back of our journal. So that is the baby journal. That is a 1 signature. Measures 5 3/4 by 9. It has 1/2 inch spine and 40 pages to it. So there's that one. Now for the second one I have is the Momma journal, Momma Bird, and we have another, the cover is the same, is created the same. The collage work on it's a little different. This has some crocheted trim here, and then that's the mixed media work that I did. It has 2 signatures, 5 whole pamphlet, and then some more of the Momigami with the trim here, and our little charms over here, the same thing with some ruffle. And then our tie, of course, I think I forgot to mention that I had put an eyelet here and an eyelet back here, and then put my ribbon through it. So let's open this one up, and this one has 80 pages in it. It is approximately the same size as the other one, 5 3/4 by 9. So I have them listed at the same size. Okay. So on the inside of this one, we have a flip out here, and then a pocket down here with a library card there, and some more of our paper from the digital Pixie Dust files, and the quotes. And a lot of this on the first signature is the same as the signature in the baby bird journal. Over the page, paper pad. So what might be different is what I use to collage on it. This is probably different than in this one. See, let's see, right there. So we have the eggs and we have the bird here. So there's different pieces, ephemera, different cutouts from the kit that I have added here and there. The layout of it is pretty much the same in the first signature. Here we go. I like these little mini belly bands. This envelope is bigger than the envelope that's in the other journal, and a different bird on it. And this one, instead of child's writing paper, we have government memorandum paper here. And then a pocket here with some, and this is book paper, which we don't have this book paper in the other one. So there are differences, but they vary, but they resemble each other quite a bit. And then we have a tuck spot here again with another tag, and this is on map page. So you see the paper is different. And then in the middle is pretty much the same as the other, only different prints on it. Different colored feathers, different prints. Here's the matte paper. And the matte paper has the belly band with a large journal card on it. There's that bird paper that came out of a vintage bird book. I just couldn't cover that up. I mean, it has birds on it. Why would we want to, right? And so it has the stenciling in it also. A little tuck spot, another belly band. Then our flip out is a little different, but it's the same, you know, same idea. Different paper used on it. Our mixed media paper here. And then we have the second signature. Different papers, maybe different elements, although this is the same as what was in there. But what we did that with this coffee stain copy paper is crumpled down the top of it to really give some nice visual and textural interest to it, and then stitched it down. So that is a different element in it. And then we have some side tuck spots here. So we have a piece of stationery, and that just tucks inside there with a little feather. And then there's room over here for you to add what you want over here on this side. And this is some, newsprint paper here. And that wasn't in the other journal. We have 2 pockets stacked on top of each other with feathers and little journal cards in them. So that's different also. And this is on ledger paper. And then we have a little belly band down here with just a little tag in it. We have a paper out of a poem book by Helen Steiner Rice. It's an older book. And we have a little tag paper clip to the top up there. Here's the centerfold on this one. It has some smaller pockets down here and some smaller little, I don't know whether you want to call them, unless it's not really stationery, it's just a card. And some beads, of course, on our strings where we tied it together. More of a tag here, another mini belly band here, ledger paper, and then we have a glassine bag, brown glassine bag, that has a nice tag down inside that, along with a feather. And more of the side tuck spots here with some stationery. And we crimpled up the edge of this piece of coffee stain copy paper too. And of course, there's our stenciling, our cleanup paper, mixed media paper. And then this is a little tuck spot with a postcard in it that you can journal on the back of. There we go. And then on the back of that, we have this long nest here. And that completes the second journal. This is the Momma journal. And then for the Granny Bird journal, the big one. This one measures 7.5 by 11.5. The cover is fabric covered packaging bag with a vintage handkerchief sewn on. It's 3 signatures, 7-hole pamphlet stitch. The muslin ruffle, again on this one. And the closure for this one is a snap. Now, for these snaps, I've been using some of these in my last few journals. They are sewn on securely and glued on. I recommend when you go to open it, you take your index finger and get it between where the snaps snap together. Then you take your thumbnail and you pull them apart so that you're pulling on this and you're pushing down on this, and that's going to save your snap from wear and tear, and it'll last longer that way. Like I say, they're very secure, they're sewn, they're glued, but I would highly recommend that's the way you open it. So now we have this big Momma to show you. This one has 144 pages, a 3-inch spine. It has all the same papers as what we've seen in the other one. Maybe there's going to be some different things. And let's see, the inks that I've used in here are Distress Oxide, Vintage Photo, Speckled Egg. I've used watercolor, Arteza, watercolors, Stone Blue, Sage, and Green in this. And let me see, let's just get in it and take a look, okay? This one has more artwork in it. There's more room for it to have artwork in it. The big ones are just like my cup of tea. I just really, really love the big ones. I love to grab a hold of a little one and just hold it. And if I have like one for a daily journal, it's a little one. For artwork, I do the big ones. So we have here on the inside, we have some echo printed paper here for a covering. Our spines on all three of these have cheesecloth that sticks out of the top, like here. And then it also has some momigami paper inside here. So I just added that for some little extra visual interest. I really like to see that sticking out of a book. So that's what we have on the spine. This is a pocket here with a library card and a piece of stationery. Now, when I put my signatures in these big ones, I like them so that they're not too much of a gator mouth, but I want to be able to do what I want to do. And where's that feather? It's avoiding me. I want to be able to do what I want to do in them. So I put my signatures, you'll see, a good distance apart. But then look at how it lays open for us to use. And I really like that, okay? So that's why you'll see there's quite a distance. I like that. To me, that just works out really nice. So now we have a playlist for this journal also. And this is one of the things that are on the playlist that you can go back and see. That'll be listed below. And this has a big journal card here. And it has a little, one of those little paper clips. And you can clip it to here so it doesn't just kind of float around. It's not thick enough really to be held in place there. And here's our echo print paper. This is part of the kit. This paper is coffee stained copy paper. There's some of our muslin ruffles here. These stickers came from something that my mom had. My mom had a couple places that she would donate some money and they would send like stamps and stickers and stuff back to her as a thank you. And she passed away. I snatched them all up because I thought, you know what, they'll be good. So there was quite a few birds. This is my mixed media paper, you know, my cleanup paper, and some more coffee stained copy. This is a piece of vellum here. This is a ledger, and this ledger paper, and this is where you're going to start to see some of my artwork here, and where I use my watercolors to color the page. And this is done with gesso and a stencil here. And then I had a vintage book that I did a lot of cutting birds out, and so that was from there. And there's the pretty watercolors here. And you can just journal right over top of that. This is check stub paper, business check stub. This is another piece of ledger paper that has been coffee stained with a stencil. And then on the back side of that, we have a flip out over here with a piece of coffee stained, echo printed paper. And that was a flower that was done, and it was done on mixed media paper with the boiling technique. And then there's a little bird. He's so cute. And then that flips out so that you have journaling. And then there's some embossing paste through a stencil here with some ferns. This is a glassine bag. And on this bag, we have a pocket on the front with a tag in it. We have some ribbon and, of course, our feathers. And then inside, we have a mini journal. And I think it has like about 8 pages in it. But that gives a little extra writing space. And of course, there's a feather inside there too. I don't know why, but I have a hard time picking those feathers up. They just don't want me to touch them, I guess. So then we have room on the back, and this is some more of our digital. I didn't write down where that quote came from. I'll have to see if I can figure that out. And then I put some beads on the ties where I tied my signatures into the spine. Some collage work on these pages like this. And then on the back of this one, we have a 3/4 belly band with a tall tag with a notepad on the back. So we have, I think, 3 pieces of paper here that you can write notes on, journal on that. Also has a feather tucked inside there. Over here, we have a pocket down here with a journal card, and then room to journal here. And this is a piece of book paper. This was a piece of map paper. And then this, I believe, is in the playlist, the vellum overlay that I had done with the woodpecker. And that's Nina Crones woodpecker. And I have added this afterwards because I thought it really needed something on the bottom. And then you can see how we colored up that paper that was book paper. More of the check stuff. This is a lace doily, And I have a paper clip here with a piece of stationery that has been stenciled on. There, very subtle, very sweet and subtle. And then this is freebie from Louisa Heinzel, and I just added it in here. It was from that and this was something, oh, she gave a freebie on something she was doing. No, I can't remember just what it was, but anyhow, that's where they came from. And we have a glassine bag back here, another pocket with a tag in it and another feather in it. Yeah, those feathers. We've struggled this whole time. There we go. And that was a cute bird, I thought. Piece of vellum, copy paper, page out of a bird book. And let's see, another page from the kit. This was a nice print from our Echo printed paper. On the back side, we have another flip out. I'm loving flip outs lately too. So this flip out comes like this, and then we have a pocket, and then we have a large journal card inside our pocket, and the card is a large index, and that just fits like that. And we got some ducks. Here we have our Echo print paper with a large paper clip that's holding our doily down. Now, this page is on the playlist, the gatefold page. So the doily can come off, or the paper clip can come off, so that we can flip up the doily and see what's underneath. And then the gatefold, of course, opens up, and you can journal inside there. And this is on the Echo print paper. And then we just tie it back close like that and put our paper clip on. Otherwise, that just kind of flips around and gets to be a little annoying. So, and our printables, copy paper, mixed media paper, a little cluster here that has a feather on it. Our vellum, another flip out. Lots of journaling room. I like to find different ways to use these book pages so that you can actually use them for journaling on. And the flip outs are, and like putting pockets and stuff on them, there's one way that I can do some artwork. It takes away the page, but I give back to the page with some journaling space. Okay, this is one that is in the playlist. This was the 4-page layout that we did with the duck on the cardboard circle and all the feathers. And then we have this window that shows the bird behind it. And then when you open it up, you see the duck behind it here. And then you see the art that I had done on this side with watercolors and embossing paste and some woody pencils, fussy cut bird. Yeah, I really like the watercolors on that. And we're at the middle of this signature, and we have some more beads down here, some more watercolor on the ledger paper. We have a pocket over here. This pocket has a couple feathers. It has a little journal card here, and then it has a paper pad back here. So you can tear your pieces of paper out or just use them right there. And then that just tucks back down inside that pocket. And this card holds it all in place so nothing flips around. Our check stub, this is out of our poem book here. And I added a birdhouse with some embossing paste. And we did the corner crumple type thing here that we sewed down. And let's see, some more of the bird book. And the printables, the Echo print paper. I just love when you get nice prints like that. On the back side is a pocket again with 3 tags, a beautiful bird up here, and these each have pretty birds on them with journaling room on the back. So they go inside our pocket like that. Now on this side, and I believe I also have, I'll have to check and see if I have a video for this and list it below. What it is an envelope. And on the front you have, let's take our paper clip off. That's going to hold it to our page. And it's a cluster paper clip. On the front of it, you have a piece of paper that comes out that you can journal on. It opens up like this. It's kind of put in there backwards because I wanted the embossing to show here. And then you turn it over and you pull out a mini journal here. And this is made out of mixed media paper. We've got some stenciling going on in there. Let's see, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 or 18. I didn't count very well. Okay, and we'll put it back in our envelope like that. Put the flap over our page, and then our paper clip, I want this flappy thing here to be on the back side. Let's get it up here too. Here we go. Paper from the kit, coffee paper with, and this is jelly print paper here. And more vellum. This one has another paper clip holding it in place, a tag, a flip out tag. There we go, tri-fold tag. Pretty tall. There we go. And it folds right back onto itself, and the paper clip holds it from flapping around. Okay, and more of the artwork. And this again is, this is construction paper here. I forgot to even point that out. No, maybe we're going through this way. Okay, for 2 pockets with 2 journal cards in them. And a feather, of course. Has some lace on it. This is doctor's patient chart paper here. The digital copy paper. We're at the middle where we have our nice little beads. Some clusters. Another flip out. Yes, I went crazy with flip outs in this one. But there we go. We have more journaling space here. And our flowers show. I did put a layer of gesso on there. And then on the back side, we have a waterfall. So each of these would flip up, and then you have, I think there's like maybe 10 pieces of paper, so that'd be 20 writing surfaces in each one. I think there's 10. I'd have to count it again. All right, so now we're back to our construction paper here, and this is one of my favorite pockets that I'd like to do, is to add the memorandum paper on top of a piece of page that's in the book, so that I have a pocket here with a large journal card. And then I have, this one might be on the playlist. I think it is. This is a coaster, a chipboard coaster. And then inside this, I have my flocks that I have pressed and then laminated. So I found those out along the road last summer. There we go, more journaling room here and here. And on this one, it has a large pocket. Inside is a large journal card with some ducks. And we'll get the feather back in there. And then it has a belly band across the front of the pocket with an envelope with a bird on it. And inside is a folded piece of postcard, and you can journal on the inside of that. Flips down over the side like this. Put a feather back in there. Vellum, copy paper, out of a bird book. Look at the birds, isn't that cool? And then we are on the last page. We have lots of journaling here. And then this is my very favorite page in the book. It rates right up with some of these other ones too, but I love this one. So I've taken a page of the printable, and it was one with the bird's nest, obviously. There he is. And I cut out a bird from a bird book. And these are made, and I didn't get a video on this because I was starting to pull things out, figure out what I was going to do, and was monkeying around with it. And before I knew it, I had glued everything down. I'm like, oh, I forgot a video. Well, so sorry. So this is rolled book paper here that I used to make some stems for my branches. And the leaves are all cut from the echo printed paper that I had. So this is my favorite page. And then the back of our journal. And here is the very back. I hope you have enjoyed the flip through of all 3 of these journals. They will all be available over on my Etsy page, and the link for that is down below. So we have the Granny Bird, we have the Momma Bird, and we have the Baby Bird journals. Thanks for watching. These have been a joy to make. I think I did 3 smaller, no, maybe I did bigger one. I did 3 3 smaller journals for Christmas time, Christmas ones, and they were fun to make too. It's a lot of work when you're trying to do 3 at one time, and it's just like, after a while it gets like, is this ever going to get done? So at some point I did 7 videos for the playlist, and then I had to quit so that I could actually concentrate and try to get these journals done, because I do have an Easter one that I need to do next. So thank you for watching. You have a great day. If you stay, I have some pictures coming up of close-ups of all of these. Not all the close-ups in them. There'll be a few picked out from here and there. And then head on over to the Etsy page. So we'll see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye now.